April, the owner of Rocky's Retreat and the host of the Positively Living podcast. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a quick, simple, and healthy treat for your dogs. For this recipe, we only need 2 ingredients, and those are kale and coconut oil. For the kale, I recommend using a pre-washed, pre-cut kale that comes in a bag. That way we're keeping it simple. And for the coconut oil, I recommend using organic virgin cold pressed coconut oil. If you open and you look at it in its cold state, it kind of looks like shortening, and then when we cook it, it melts down. As far as the kitchen is concerned, all we really need is a cutting board, a knife, a frying pan, and a spoon. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to start prepping and cleaning the kale. And one of the reasons why I buy the kale in this bag that's already done is that most of the hard work is already done. Kale tends to have a lot of really big stems, and they're kind of bitter and hard, and so the dogs don't really like to eat that. So when you buy it this way, it's already mostly clean for you. So I'm just gonna take some kale, get it here on the cutting board, and I'm just gonna sift through it. So see, like this is a piece right here that's got a really big stem. So I'm just gonna rip the kale off and just throw away the stem, because it's actually pretty bitter for the dogs. So just gonna continue to go through here and get rid of stems. Now, if I was using fresh kale, I mean, this is fresh kale, but if I was using fresh kale that I had to cut myself, I would be cutting a lot more stems than this. Get a little bit more. Kale is kind of like spinach, it cooks down a lot. So we definitely want to start with a lot so that it will end with a lot. Okay, I think we've got our kale ready. And now we're ready to start cooking. So it's pretty easy. I'm gonna start with the coconut oil, get it warmed up in the pan, and then just add the kale. So here we go. I'm gonna start by putting the stove down to medium low. You don't wanna cook it too much. And then I'm just gonna put probably 2 good spoonfuls like this in the pan. So like I said earlier, it kind of looks like shortening. And you just want to get that melted before we add the kale. And now our oil is all melted and we're ready to put the kale in and get cooking. So I'm just gonna take a couple handfuls and put it over there. And I've got a dog here, taste testing for me. They had a little taste of the coconut oil off of the spoon. And I don't know if you can hear it crackling, but it's already kind of crackling a little bit, so I might turn the temperature down just a bit. And while the kale's cooking in the coconut oil, I'll share a little bit about why I chose this recipe and where it came from. So I started with coconut oil because my dogs actually really love it and it's good for them. And dogs are kind of like children and maybe picky husbands, and sometimes it's hard to get them to eat their vegetables. So if you can coat a vegetable in something that they do like, it makes it a lot easier. So the benefits of coconut oil for dogs are that it's good for their skin and their coat, it improves their digestive system, and it also helps improve allergic reactions. So Florida dogs tend to really suffer with allergies to all of the dust and the pollen that we have, so it really helps improve with the allergies as well. And I chose kale for this recipe because I want to get my dogs a little bit more vegetables. Now, if you Google kale for dogs, you're going to see a lot of different opinions as to whether it's good for dogs or not. I read a magazine and follow this company very closely called Dogs Naturally, and I tend to default to what their recommendation is when it comes to things for my dogs. So they recommend that you can give your dogs kale in moderation. The key to a successful diet for a dog is variation as well as moderation. So it's kind of like the same thing for humans, right? We should never eat too much of one thing, and you should have a variety in there. So it is okay to give your dogs kale every once in a while. Kale is a superfood. It's full of vitamin A and vitamin K, and it's got beta carotene, magnesium, all kinds of good stuff in it. So as long as you do it in moderation, it's okay to give your dogs kale. So as the kale starts to cook down, you need to just eyeball the pan and see if you need to add any more oil. So I needed to add a little more oil, and I put it in and stirred it around just to give it some more moisture. And so now our kale is done. You can see how much it shrunk down from cooking, which is why I said we need to start with a lot. And now we've got someone interested over here. He knows that something good is coming. Normally I use this as a food topper on their dinner, but since they've been patiently waiting and been really good boys, I'm gonna go ahead and just plate up a little bit for them now. I'm gonna let it cool first, but I'm just gonna plate up a little bit for them now, and then the rest I'll save for their dinner tonight. So a little bit for each one, and then I'm gonna let it cool for a few minutes, and then I'll give it to them. So as you can see, they really loved their treat, and they're gonna really enjoy having it on their dinner tonight. I'm gonna just give them one more little piece. Hero! Give them one more little piece as a snack for being good boys while I cooked. There we go, Ghosty, good boy. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and really hope that you guys give this recipe a try. Like I said, it's super quick, simple, it's even healthy. Thank you again so much for watching, and stay tuned for more cooking for your dog.